Okay, so welcome to the Parents Evening webinar. Okay, so we're just going to log into the Parents Evening system. My name's Jane, I'm from EduSpot here. Okay, so I'm going to go through the text system. First, we've got to go into here and select all the teachers in the event. So we're going to staff, and your data should be imported with the MIS that you're using. If not, speak to our support team and we can get the data in here. But if you want to add your staff in manually, you can add them in at the bottom right. Put in the title, first name, last name of the staff member, the email address, and then save. These ones in here I just put as an example. And then you click on the staff roles, set up form tutors, and then you match up the forms with the teachers in here. So you have them in the drop down here and you can select them through here. Once they've all been set, you save that. And then go back to Parents Evening to create the event. So to create an event, you click on Add at the bottom right, type in a name for the event, so I'll just call it Jane. And this is what the parent would see, so you can put the date and the year in there if you needed to. Then you'd select the date of the Parents Evening, so we'll say on Monday, click on OK. And then you select the start time and end time. So I'll just choose any time. Parent session length, so that's how long the parent will spend with the teachers. So we'll just say 10 minutes. Gaps is if there's a gap in between seeing each of the parents. If there aren't any gaps, you can just put 0. So we'll just put the first date in here, but if you need to add any other dates, you can click on the green plus sign and it'll automatically put it the day after, but you can change that date. And again, you can have different start times and end times for your second date as well. And you can have different session lengths and gaps as well. But for now, we'll just use it one day. Okay, the next one in here is send invite by text and by email. So it will send the invitation to the parent by text and by email, and also a reminder by email a week in advance and a day in advance as well. But if you didn't want those options, you can just untick those boxes. And now in here, you can select which template you want to use. So we've got 2 templates in here, and you can have a look at the preview of what that message will be sent. So this is what the parent will receive. So it will say Parents Evening Booking, click to book. And that code here, that will be unique to the parent. So they'll only be able to see their own children's details. So all they will need to do is click on that link, put in their child's first name, and then they're able to book themselves in. But once the parents have made the booking, they can also rebook that slot as well if they needed to change it. And the next step will then be to set up who you're going to invite to the Parents Evening. So in here, if it's for everybody, you can tick all forms, but if it's only for certain year groups, then you can just tick the ones that this applies to. So we'll just select all form. Underneath, you've got staff location. So this is where the Parents Evening is being held. So if you hold it to one room, you can select it from here. But if you have individual rooms for the teachers, you can untick that and then select the individual rooms for each of the teachers in the list here. The next bit here is the comfort breaks and protecting blocks. So this is if you wanted to have any tea coffee breaks, or if it's certain staff members that can't make certain times. So to set those breaks up, you can have all your staff or individual staff, and then you select the date that they'd like the breaks at, and then the times. So we'll just put some in. And then these slots will just show as unavailable, so parents won't be able to book in at those times. Next section is your miscellaneous. So close this Parents Evening. You can tick that box nearer the time of your Parents Evening, and it's just like a cut-off point, so parents couldn't make any more changes and make any more bookings. And the last one is this tick box here, where parents can provide comments. So if the parents wanted to put some comments in, they can do. But if you didn't want them to have that option, you can untick that box. And then once that event's been created, you can save and close. And then that's now saved and will appear in your list here. So you can create the event in advance and you can keep making changes to it, but once you send out the invite, you can't make any changes. So once you've got your invite all set up, the next step is to send it to everybody in here. So this will show you a list of all the parents that are going to be invited to the Parents Evening. So to send it to everybody all at the same time, click on Select All, and then click on the orange button here, and then that will send out the invite to the parent to make the invite, to make the booking. In the top here, just make sure that you got the correct event, because it will have any previous events in here. If the parents couldn't make the booking themselves and they're calling to the office, you can also book for them as well. So if you highlight the student's name in here, click on manually book at the bottom right, then it will show you this page where you can log in, and this is what the parent would see as well. So the parent would type in their child's first name, and the link is also in there, the URL there. Click on confirm, and then this is what the parent would see, and this is how they would book as well. If that parent has got siblings as well, it will show you all the other siblings in here. So parents only need to book in the once to book all their children in. And in here will be the teacher's name and the form that they're in. So all you'd need to do is click on please choose, and then be able to see all the dates and times that are available. And then you can click on book. And then if you had the option to put some notes in, the parents can put some notes in, and then click on book again. So I'll just put a note in. And then when it's turned green, that slot is booked. So then you can go into the other sibling. And now that we've booked out the 6:30, that's now unavailable, so no one else can book that slot. So we'll just book the one in front. Okay, once they both turn green, you just click on the X to close that page. And now there's fully booked. So as the parents start booking in with the green yeses, you'll be able to see that the parents are booked in already. It will also show you at the top here, percentage parents booked in, and can also filter this as well if you needed to. And again, just make sure that you've got the correct event in here. Your next tab is view schedule. So this is where you'll be able to see everybody's schedule for that whole day. So again, it will show you on the different days in here. So you can print this list out, you can export it and email the schedule to the parents, to the teachers as well. So again, you can filter it by a particular teacher so they can just see what schedule they have got for that particular day. And all your notes will be in here as well. Your next tab is missing contact details. So everybody in here either doesn't have a mobile number or an email address which is pulled across from your MIS system. So these need to be filled in, otherwise an invite can't be sent to them. And again, you've got the filters in here as well. Your next tab is parents who have not booked. So again, just make sure that you've got the correct event in here, and this will show you all the parents who still need to make a booking. If you needed to, you can resend out the invites again by clicking on the button at the bottom left here. The next tab is view attendance, and this will show you everybody who's attending the parents' evening, and either on the parents' evening date or after, you can tick the boxes of the parents who attended, and it will tell you the percent attended in here as well. So that might be useful for any reporting that you do. Your next tab is invitation templates. So if you didn't want to use our default template, you can create your own templates. So to create your own, you click on add, type in a name for the invite, type what you would like for the text and email invitation, save that, and when you create your event, you'll be able to use one of the templates in here. The next tab is split parents. So this will pull across from Sims all your priority 2s, 3s and 4s, but from your management system, you can add them in manually, and this is just if the second parent wanted another link as well. You can set them up in here. So you tick the boxes next to the parents' names, save it, and when you send out the invite, that will send it out to different mobile numbers and email addresses that you have for the parents. The last tab is create to edit groups. So if you have any SEN groups, support groups, or a head teacher group that you want parents to see as well as the year group teachers, you can create your own groups by clicking on add, type in a name for the group, selecting the year, staff member, and ticking whoever needs to belong into that group, and then saving. Then again, when you select who the event is for, you can select these groups as well, so parents can book in for these groups as well as the year group teachers. In here as well, in help, we've got some support guides in here, so a user manual, parents booking manual, and also an introduction letter for the parents. And if you do need any help and support, you've got the helpline number here and email address of the support team. If you need any more help, you can call the support team. Okay, so thank you for listening.